Cancer diet therapy. Cancer treatment is one of the longest-lasting treatments. In the process, in addition to heavy treatments, nutritional therapy is also applied. Cancer diet therapy can alter the course of the disease and speed up to the healing process. During cancer treatment, some diet tricks should be kept in mind. This is very important both for oncology and for acceleration. The immune system and nutrients in cancer treatment. Cancer is a disease that weakens the body's immunity in general and causes microbes to be easily present in the body. But during the period of cancer treatment, foods that strengthen the immune system must be eaten, and in this way, the spread of cancer, its acceleration and easy transition to advanced stages must be prevented. The immune system can be strengthened with a variety of foods in terms of carbohydrates, proteins and fats. The importance of carbohydrate nutrition in the treatment of cancer. The body loses energy during the cancer treatment process. Foods containing carbohydrates, which provide the body with energy, should be eaten with caution. Just as excessive carbohydrate foods are harmful, not eating any carbohydrates affects the body's resistance badly. Nutritional therapy for cancer should be supported by foods containing carbohydrates such as grains and legumes. Consumption of carbohydrates is also a remedy for conditions caused by the treatment such as diarrhea and constipation. The importance of protein nutrition in the treatment of cancer. Consuming more animal foods contributes positively to the chemotherapy process for a cancer patient and protects the patient from possible infections. However, protein foods should also be eaten as needed. Therefore, animal foods containing high-quality proteins can be preferred with the approval of the doctor. The importance of fatty nutrition in the treatment of cancer. A cancer patient's vitamin intake is very important. With fats, the body's energy increases and the likelihood of vitamins being broken down in the blood increases. However, care must be taken to adhere to the diet prescribed by the doctor in consuming fats. Adequate oil intake will reduce nausea and help you have a more comfortable treatment process. The importance of vitamins in the treatment of cancer. In cancer treatment, taking vitamins is very important for the immune system. Vitamins protect the patient from cancer and increase resistance against microbes according to their functions. Vitamin A reduces the effect of carcinogens. Vitamin B increases the body's resistance and strengthens immunity. Vitamin C is found in vegetables and fruits. Protects the body from microbes. Vitamin D is very important for bones. It helps the patient with bone and marrow cancer. Vitamin E acts as an antioxidant. The importance of mineral nutrition in the treatment of cancer. Cancer nutritional therapy is largely supported by minerals. Minerals provide necessary antioxidants and protection from carcinogens and the body's resistance. However, these minerals are nutrients that should be taken under a doctor's supervision and their excess can be harmful. The importance of water consumption in the treatment of cancer. Water is very beneficial for the functions of every body and therefore it should be consumed in abundance. Water consumption is more important for a cancer patient, because it is one of the most important things necessary for the immune system. In addition, it is necessary to consume a lot of water in order to quickly remove toxins from the body, as well as the drugs and treatment methods used during cancer treatment. Because while cancer drugs kill cancer cells, they can also damage good cells, so they must be quickly flushed out of the body. How can you protect your immune system in the treatment of cancer? The immune system is of great importance in the treatment of cancer. The immune system must be protected and strengthened during cancer treatment. In order to achieve this protection and enhancement, natural foods should be consumed as much as possible. You should feed mainly on vegetables and fruits. It is very important that vegetables and fruits that must be eaten raw are washed properly. The immune system, which is already susceptible to disease, is threatened by unwashed and unhealthy foods. Cancer diet therapy. Be careful not to eat out. Unknown foods under what circumstances should not be eaten. Weight gain and weight loss should be considered. Weight must be maintained. The body, which will get very tired during the treatment, must be fortified with natural nutrients before the treatment. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day and should be fed adequately. Foods to eat in abundance in the treatment of cancer. In the treatment of cancer, there are foods that must be eaten frequently, whether on the days of chemotherapy, radiotherapy or in everyday life. These nutrients meet the necessary needs of the body and increase resistance during the disease process. Foods to eat frequently while receiving cancer treatment are as follows: meat, chicken, fish, an egg, chickpeas, lentil, dry beans, vegetables, fruit, yogurt, iron, cheese, milk. Foods that should not be eaten in the treatment of cancer. There are some foods that should not be eaten during cancer treatment that negatively affect immunity. These foods can adversely affect health and slow down the course of treatment. Many of the foods listed below should not be eaten and should be taken under the supervision of a doctor. Foods that should not be eaten in cancer diet therapy are alcohol, cigarette, French fries, extremely fatty foods, highly salty foods, pastries, candies, grapefruit, dead nettle, herbal tea, not to be overused. Blackberries should not be eaten too often. Blackberries, don't eat too much. Pomegranate, don't consume too much. Foods that contain excess sugar. Drink coffee, not much. How should it be fed according to the reactions caused by the disease? During cancer treatment, the body shows different reactions to medications and treatment methods. Accordingly, the patient must pay attention to these reactions and continue to eat without harming his body. For example, it should be fed frequently and in small portions, because there will be a lot of nausea during cancer treatment. During periods of frequent nausea, you should not eat excessively fatty foods. These increase nausea and loss of appetite. Since loss of appetite is also observed very frequently in this period, high-calorie foods should be eaten in small portions. In this way, the body's energy needs are met. The patient will show extreme sensitivity to smells during the treatment period. In such periods, heavy-smelling foods make the patient feel nauseous and cut off his appetite. The patient cannot eat the food he should eat. Therefore, foods with a strong smell should be avoided during this period. Apart from all these, one should definitely not act without asking the doctor, and if given, the diet should be followed. Nutrition plays a very important role in the course of the disease and for the treatment to work. How should the dietary patterns be according to the treatment methods? Cancer diet therapy may vary according to treatment methods. Treatment methods such as surgery, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy and hormonal therapy are available to the cancer patient to restore his health. These methods can be applied depending on the condition of the disease. The patient undergoing these treatment methods should be fed accordingly. How is the feeding of the patient to be treated with surgery? First of all, the patient should take a break from some vitamins before surgery. This is to prevent a clot from forming. After the operation, the patient suffers from diarrhea and fatigue. In these cases, the patient should be fed a liquid diet. Pay attention to protein consumption. He can gradually return to his preoperative diet, but the body should not get tired and should be sluggish. Vitamin C consumption should be increased after surgery. How should a patient who will be treated with radiotherapy be fed? Since radiation therapy may cause difficulty in chewing and disturbance of taste, the patient begins to have nausea and vomiting. Therefore, during this period, the patient should not force himself to eat, and should consume more light foods such as soup. You should eat small and frequent meals. How should a patient who will be treated with chemotherapy and immunotherapy be fed? Chemotherapy will bring about changes such as weight gain and weight loss. Care must be taken to maintain an ideal weight. Wounds in the mouth and tongue may occur due to chemotherapy. These can cause loss of appetite, but be careful not to weaken the body's resistance. How should a patient treated with hormones be fed? First of all, reduce the salt. You should exercise, walk and avoid overeating. Fatty foods should be avoided, because it is an appetizing treat.